If SEM9 can crack that code, if they can get kills on the board, and they can get that tempo composition online, they can avoid the dubious fate of 0-18. But for Deep Cross Gaming, they would love to stave off going 0-3 the week into playoffs. I feel like losing against a team that's otherwise winless, probably a tilt factor. So definitely pressure on them as we come into this game. Arashi flashing the J team at Deep Cross Gaming. A little bit of manner coming in there after watching what happened earlier this week.
I love that flash. If there's one emote that will tilt DCG, it's telling them that they're actually the worst version of J Team.
Oh no! Yeah,
because
Arashi's a mind game master.
Exactly. They prided themselves on being like the best version of themselves. And Kriskata, throwing out some manners, just throwing that gold away. I don't think he has gold to throw, but it's still very interesting to see Samira try to use that. You almost never see it actually being used in a combo and stacking up her style points, but inside of the river at the start of the game, definitely a valuable way to kind of put the tilt back on the enemy team.
Yeah, no, this is a little bit of spicy back and forth with the emoting, with the flashes, all those sorts of things for both squads here. And despite the fact that SEM9 are nowhere near playoffs, this is a game that has a lot of stakes for both. And this is a early invade level 1 for Deep Cross to try and take away the red buff. And the question is, was this spotted out?
Well, they definitely will be spotted out now. So yeah. Felia down to the tactics as well. Kriskata could be taking a lot of damage here, and to be honest, I don't think this is all too bad for SEM9. Their top lane might be hurting quite a bit if... actually, it honestly doesn't feel that bad for SEM9 at all, looking across all of these lanes, They are pushing in the top side, which, to be honest, they probably would like to be pushing on the bottom side, but the bottom side saw the early invade, they're playing super safe, and the most important matchup here is still going to be the mid lane. So with Hana going for that camp and falling behind, Diego's actually pretty happy to see that. That just gives him more opportunities to get a good 2v2 onto the LeBlanc.
I think that's going to be a big test, I think, to watch here. Arashi, of course, doing a bit of swap side jungling on the vertical as he goes and takes the Krugs away, knowing that Hana's down bot, who is looking for an opening, but Tribrush is warded here. Billy and Klax, they're going to continue to flash those emotes. The question is, can they stand up to this dive here? Teleport going to be spent to try and dissuade them, but Woody caught on the wrong side of it. Maybe they have an opening. Ooh, gotta be careful. Stormbringer there.
Yeah, that was an insane Sky Splitter coming in from Hana. He actually gets the triple slow there to dissuade any of the action going down. Good play here by Shiromine to actually stop that action into the bot side. A very common vertical jungle gank. It's the 4 camp, 3 level 3s versus the 2 level 2s. Could have been super dangerous, especially with Woody walking all the way down there. So the flash was definitely warranted. The teleport was definitely warranted in that situation.
Yeah. And he's, of course, got the Unsealed Spellbook as well, so it doesn't necessarily cost quite as much as it would have otherwise. Shiro is going to be okay with getting a little bit less farm. He's up against a Gangplank after all. But Kriskata and Woody, they are going to try and keep the pressure on. Hook is dodged. Just goes a little bit too far to the left there from Woody. And turnabout is going to happen as Philia finds Kriskata, ignites on. That's a lot of damage, and Klax running forward. This is why it's a risky pick here, Clement. Philia is going to have to back away, and now Hana comes in to make this a 3v2. Roots on, Klax is here. Nobody else in the position. Philia could try to find something else, and the ignite will burn him down. Arashi arrives a bit too late, but it's a 1-for-1.
I feel like Philia could have actually dropped the ignite a lot sooner. Level 3 ignite would have put Woody within... not Woody, Kriskata within like 40 HP there, so the flash-in could have gotten the kill. But they do trade 1-for-1 in the end, and overall this is not so bad for SEM9. I feel like this is actually one of their better early games, all things considered. And if you look at the... Yeah, if you look at the mid lane, LeBlanc, as we mentioned, Mage versus AD here, will be able to push, as Shiromine finds himself in a bit of a pickle, though.
We're back once again on the bot side. Filia going to try and make something happen here as the tag in comes through. Kriskata gets one. Hana so low. Can he walk it out? No, the flash. Arashi going to go for the reset now.
Stun.
And he does manage to find two. Arashi's on the board for SEM9.
The J-Team emote, I think, is working. They're getting to DCG. They're in their heads. If you're just a worse J-Team, what does that actually make you? And now we have Lazar trying to roam in onto some of the action. And this was what I was talking about. I really feel like Samira as a pick is so damn risky against all these champions. If you watch her in that trade, like, she couldn't get away from Viego at all. Like, Viego always could have that reach onto her. He does have that massive auto attack range just in these trades. And, you know, it's going to be an uphill battle for DCG, I feel like, in the next couple of minutes, because we're still very far away from Kaisa being able to roam across the map on herself. In the meantime, though, Shiromine was taken down in this trade. A really bad position for him to be in with Leaky chasing down, and Leaky just has way too good of a footwork.
Oh, we should flash that.
Yeah, he flashed on a ward, too, so just easy pickings.
Yeah, a little unlucky. At the same time, though, I do think Arashi picking up the 2 kills, certainly looking pretty good, and he's going to make a repeat down to the bottom side, this time in plain sight. But can they get away in time as he moves in on the hard path? That's going to get him into tower range. However, so much damage for the Zeri Clicks. Would love to get the kill here, but it might be Lazar that cleans it up. He is ready to hit those chains, and round 2's coming. However, Nesty is here as well. Lazar might have found himself a little bit caught. Level 5, too, doesn't have the ultimate available to him yet as well, so they decide to back out of that one for now.
Yeah, critically does not have level 6, so unable to use double chains or double distort to just pick off that kill. I like the idea for the roam, but timing was a little bit off here, if I'm being completely honest. No level 6 on Lazar, very little kill threat happening in that situation. Also, good blocking from Woody. He did have the flash, so he could take the stun here, and now it's DCG's turn.
Okay, let's see. Cannon Barrage does come down. They're going to back away from it, however, and this does leash Dragon. I feel like there's nothing you can do about that if you are SEM9. It's kind of a giveaway.
Yeah, SEM9 were way too greedy with that play. Hana stuck around, and Woody, even with low health, because he has flash, he's pretty okay just walking in and challenging this at the same time. I would say the only thing that SEM9 really got out of that is they did burn the ultimate on the top side for Leaky, so maybe that opens a bit more opportunities for these gank kills that have happened in the bottom side. We do have to remember Viego is pretty far ahead in this matchup. He's already 2 kills up, is going to be going for the offensive item in the Divine Sunderer. So, you know, once again, Arashi having a good start on this Viego could start to change these lanes.
If it's going to be enough for him, right? Arashi, I think, probably considered to be the best player on the SEM9 squad. We talked about Caspiel also coming in, but unfortunately they can't both play at the same time. A little bit of a red takeaway coming in here as Hana doesn't have any idea necessarily this is happening, does throw down the Sky Splitter, but red's going away. Shiro going to try and bait it out. Nope. Really good control ward here as he gets stunned up, but the rest of SEM9 are here to respond. This would be a 4v4 situation, maybe 5 if Leaky joins the fray, and he will. Oh, that hook hitting would make a world of difference.
Good retreat coming in from SEM9. If you look at the map, ClayX is still in the bottom side here, so they don't have the numbers to really contest. DCG fishing for the kill here, and on the other side, SEM9's strategy is just to make Zeri fed, which, I'll be honest, is not a bad strategy whatsoever. However, in doing this trade, because they don't have the cannon barrage, they can't do the usual game playing thing, which is kind of equalize on the weak side. It will be up to Shiromine to thin the way. Never mind.
Oh boy. Well, that's going to get some gold back in your pocket, but I do think with all the pressure SEM9 are putting on, we might actually see first brick early on. They're full committing to this because there's just no answer, as Deep Cross had already taken down the SEM9 top lane.
Yeah, I really want to see how many plates are we down into the bottom side, but wow, it looks like it's still very far away from going down for SEM9. Still 4 plates in the bottom side. Gameplay
we're going to have Shelly.
Yeah, this is going to be an easy first brick coming in from DCG. So they're still sitting pretty, and they're also forcing a ton of gold onto Kriskata, which is playing a champion that needs to stay ahead on this Samir.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
well,
no.
It looks like Deep Cross, they stuck around a little bit too long and gave up a kill. Nesty still in this one. ClayX is going to chase him down with the help of Lazar. and they might actually get something out of this after all. They may have lost Filia, but look at the stun chain. Look at the double kill coming in. Arashi once again. And now Leaky caught out in no man's land, gonna try and back to base, doesn't get hit by the W. Oh boy, what a spicy game we've got here, Clement. It's 5-5 at 10 minutes.
Suddenly, I'm not feeling so happy as Criscata here. He really can't get away from Viego, and that's a 4-0 Arashi barreling down. He should be getting the Divine Sunder very soon. Yeah, he's getting a 10-minute Divine Sunder as a jungler right here. So SEM9 definitely investing well in terms of where they want their goal to go. Beautiful play by Felia here. Gets the 2-man knockup. And even though Nesty comes in, still gets the kill. He gets slowed down by the exhaust. Most critically, flash in from Arashi. Wow, that was such a long flash. Whoa, that's a max range spectral there for the kill. And yeah, the equations really have changed this game. Wherever Arashi goes, SEM9 actually just straight up have an advantage. It doesn't even matter how far ahead the lane is.
Yeah, this is huge right now, and like the gold lane may be in Deep Cross's favor, but it's only like it's only 2,000 right now. Like that's actually very manageable. The kills are on the Viego, and the Zeri's just been trying to power farm to catch back up with the Criscata. Lazar hasn't gotten rolling, but he doesn't necessarily have to, and the rest of the power players there. And speaking of, Arashi's found Hana, a level advantage on the jungle. Not going to be able to take him down here as there was backup incoming. But yeah, this is, I want to say far and away, this is the best game we've seen out of SEM9 all split.
For sure, and if you look at the map here, this is the same issue that we were talking about with Nesty. When he plays some of these more gimmicky picks, it takes a while for them to actually get going, and he's going into a really bad matchup. We have to remember this is a blind pick Kaisa, so there definitely could be... I could see a scenario where Arashi is just able to cut off all help that Nesty might have gotten into the mid lane, and this means that Lazar should always be able to roam. That bot lane is looking mighty juicy for a destination here. And if we think about the composition, this is looking a bit shaky for DCG. They are running 2 super short range AD carries that are going up against 2 assassins.
Man, not only does SEM9 have all the support of Malaysia behind them, and of course, definitely been seeing a lot of chatter in the chat about how they want to be the Avengers of Liab as well. But on top of it, you have to think CFO and Beyond Gaming are going to be cheering for him this game, and it's just, that's a lot of pressure, I think, put up against Deep Cross. They are going to try and open up on a Dragon here. This would be number 2, but SEM9 are looking to try and contest, or at the very least find a fight. It is going to be Woody going in, but the rest of the team is not on the same page. Arashi gets another.
I have no idea why Woody went in for that. The rest of the team, yeah, didn't want to go.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the team was walking away. That was, you know, I feel like we didn't get a chance to touch on this. Woody has made some very questionable decisions this week.
Yeah, Woody's...
Criscata. Okay. He's out. It's cool.
Okay. That was unnecessarily risky, but I guess he did have his cleanse, so... Okay, this is getting kind of weird. Woody, recently, yeah, we had seen a lot of gaffes from him where he just... I remember just walking in front of his Criscata and letting him die to a hook on the Alistar and just general positioning mistakes. There was no reason for him to try and engage there because, honestly, DCG already got what they came to the Drake for. They burned a TP, they secured the objective. It was a very clear call to, you know, just let Leaky farm it up, but instead they engage and give over a kill in a tower. So it was... These mistakes are actually incredibly costly if you look at the overall view of things. You know, the gold lead has been cut in short, and they're giving gold over again and again to Arashi. That's the 5th kill to the Viego.
Yeah, even though Viego's not the same champion he was in 2021, you still can't give that away. Lazar's still sniffing for a kill, does get rooted up, but instantly they turn their attention to Criscata again. Clayx on the front line, but it is going to be Arashi that claims the kill credit. This man cannot be stopped, as Nesty is going to take the blast cone to safety, but oh boy, this is starting to turn, and I think we might see SEM9 with a clear strategy at hand. Viego to win.
I'm really not sure what DCG were doing right there. If you look at the map, they actually had full vision of SEM9's collapse. They had wards across the lane to spot out where Arashi was coming for. and they still just got caught out. This was, you know, it wasn't even an information mistake. They knew that this was coming. They walked into the play anyway, and now SEM9 are getting a massive punish. With this Herald and it being dropped most likely down mid, they could equalize.
Two-man quickness instantly turn their attention to Hana, take him out of the picture. Shelly's still aggro, but they want the fight right now. And it's going to be a big Kathy and Rain to turn back. Philia still staying alive. Arashi a little bit low. They can no longer contest this. And there could be a potential follow-through. Philia goes down on the cannon barrage. Suddenly it's a 4v4. They cross Leaky, but who is catching who? Arashi down, and that's a triple kill for Leaky. Seemingly out of nowhere, he gets a quadra kill.
Oh, Leaky to the rescue. He was looking at his teammates. He wasn't sure what was happening, but he is putting an end to the madness right there. Great barrel chain to stop the advance coming in from SEM9, and man, the cannon barrage was pixel perfect. It just killed Philia right off the bat. He didn't flash for it, and then it also tagged Arashi to his death, which is a massive shutdown. If you look at the bounty, now Leaky is sitting at 700 gold. We're going to watch this one again. Watch how Leaky plays this one. He's very, very calm with the engage. Kites back, gets a good barrel chain down onto the back line, and walks away, holding on to his orange right here. He knows that there is no threat onto himself, has a ward in the vicinity, is able to chain them down, and I feel like Arashi just... Arashi unfortunately just gets caught in a very awkward angle, has to walk back in to the cannon barrage, giving over the triple, and then the quadra to finish the fight off.
Yeah, you saw Lazar trying to make up for it there at the end by finding Nesty with the double stort and the chains. Didn't quite get him at the end, so honestly, everything we've been saying for the last couple, as Shiro's getting caught, everything we've been saying for the last couple of minutes, I feel like it's flipped again, Clement. Still not the hugest gold lead, but all of a sudden, the momentum, the tempo swings, and with a heroic team fighting effort, Leaky gets his team back into form. Shiro makes a mistake on the side lane. Nesty pockets the gold difference. And SEM9, let's see if they can de-tilt from that one.
If there's one player that hasn't been slumping on DCG, it definitely would be Leaky. This guy has just been going up and up and up. Honestly, super impressed with his range of champion pool and just how consistent he's actually been. We were not that impressed with his laning ability overall earlier on into the split, but the fight, Arashi.
Yeah, there's the catch. They got him right now. If they can delete him, it would be tough. He does go through unstoppable. That's going to be the turn. Hana backs away. Nesty will finish it off, and they manage to take down Philia as well. Here comes Lazar, but not quite enough to get the deletion. Criscata still hanging in there as Nesty is firing it down, but he overstays his welcome. In comes Shiro off the back of that to try and push them away. But SEM9 have gotten too greedy before, so they do get one back, but all the same, favorable trades for Deep Cross. Inferno is on the map as well, and I think that's where they're headed.
Yeah, that was a great start of the fight for DCG. They actually managed to catch a 4v2 versus SEM9. SEM9 were the ones that were thinking that they were trying to bait out, but they were actually in vision the entire time, so DCG set a beautiful trap, and unfortunately for Shiromine, he actually was a little bit short on the onslaught right there. Wasn't able to catch up to more targets. Could have been one extra kill, I imagined. But at the end of the day, another solid win for DCG. Though we do get a good shutdown onto Lazar here, so there is some gold still going to those assassins. It's definitely still playable for SEM9. However, I feel like DCG are starting to pad to the point where if they're going into a 5v5, you just kind of expect them to win.
Yeah, the Drake stack's certainly going to help them out as well, as it is an Infernal. Getting a soul off of this next one would be pretty huge, but at the same time, you have to think SEM9 are going to be willing to fight for those as well, as it gives them just as much of a boon as well as cutting off the stacks. Deep Cross going to try and take some standing gold on the Rift here by finishing off the bottom tower. Leaky has been absolutely on a tear this game, and let's be honest, most of the split as well. As a very solidly performing guy, out of the laning phase especially, I think it is worth noting. As he sits there now on a couple of items, the Triforce and the LDR, as well as a Serrated Dirk. Very dangerous, and he can be coming from downtown. So, back in the mid lane we go. Deep Cross going to flex in here, and they have Shelly incoming for the charge. It's going to prompt a rotation from Lazar and Arashi. Might be a little too late, though. And meanwhile, Shiro's kind of locked up under tower down, but I think he might die as he used the unstoppable onslaught just to try and get away. Tower actually going to help. It's a 1-for-1 trade. That's big, but meanwhile, what is going on in the mid lane? That's a massive quickness. Is it going to be enough to take the kill? Hana can't get out of there on the Sky Splitter, and he's going to be left for dead. Another double for Arashi.
Oh no, Hana uses an NA Stormbringer, doesn't get over the wall, and just dies there. This is what I was talking about, the Samira pick. She is so vulnerable to the enemy composition. SEM9 see that the cannon barrage is used in the bottom side. There is no disengage coming, and they just rush the members down. Nesty has to be the hero right here. Woody can't really do anything or survive against his top. He can't even go near.
No, they have to back up in a way. I know they can't do it on this one. With the teleport committed, bringing Shiro back into this one. Also, Shiro has Smite. This is the power of Unsealed Spellbook, right? So now they can go ahead, secure the Baron. A big swing for SEM9 at the 20-minute mark. Early on, getting that buff off the table. And it's only 1,000 gold difference. What an absolute back and forth this game has been, Clement. And again, it's the pressure on Deep Cross Gaming right here. You don't want to lose to the last place team. You don't want to give them their only win of the split. And you don't want to lose out on being able to contest for a better playoff spot.
We're going to watch this engage again. So the go button is the bot lane. Cannon Barrage is down. Kriskata just gets caught instantly. Flash used by Felia to secure the kill. Hana here misses his ultimate over the Raptor wall.
Wait a second.
Dies for his sins. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, big fight come through.
Oh boy, here we go. Shiro looking for the setup. Look at the burst damage. Lazar starts by taking down Kriskata. They're looking ahead on the board right now as Woody, Hana, Nesty running for the hills, and there's just so much mobility. Shiro is going to go down after all's said and done, but it's a quick trade. You'd much rather have the AD carry off the board, and they will actually turn a shutdown. Nesty somehow got Arashi. Didn't see how that happened, and again, they're still hanging in here. A bit of a split focus coming in as SEM9 couldn't quite make it happen at the end. Nesty somehow picks up a couple kills. That was weird.
Oh, DCG just out-kites SEM9. They started this fight going down 0-2. Leaky dies, Kriskata dies, but unfortunately SEM9, they just... Oh, their chase was so haphazard. They really should not have gone for Woody. Woody at this point is just not very important here, so I feel like ClayX actually over-chases on the support. If they went down and finished off Nesty, it would have been a much better play. We'll watch this again. Shiromine goes in on Sacrificial Lamb. He doesn't care. He's a Scion. And look at this beautiful burst damage again coming in from the quickness combo. They get Leaky again before an ultimate is able to make an impact, but this is where things go awry. I feel like they went ahead of themselves. Don't chase Woody. He's really not important right here. Go for Arashi. He is your main carry, but they actually turn a 5-for-3 team fight into one extra kill for DCG. That was a huge momentum swing, and I really think DCG with that morale booster is going to be on solid footing coming into the Infernal.
Oh, I feel like every one of these fights, it just completely turns, and now everything is back to square one, Clement. 23 minutes on the board and 30 kills between these two squads. It has just been such a game of PCS League of Legends. I love to see it, but I want to see SEM9 just coming together a little bit more here. Deep Cross trying to set up a trap, and they will rotate around the side. As Dragon has hit the rift, this is going to be opened up, but already a fair amount of poke peppering them here. Kriskata doing a lot of those W's. They will secure that one. No, it gets stolen away. It's Drake's Soul stolen away. Now can Deep Cross Gaming completely delete SEM9? The answer is a resounding yes and a clean ace.
Oh, DCG.
Not Soul, sorry.
They get the beautiful surround, and I feel like SEM9 walk themselves into a massive death trap. You really don't want to get bunched up in a dragon pit right in front of Deep Cross Gaming, and the targets there were also split focus. They wanted to go for Nesty in the back. Kriskata sees that, and he just has open rain onto the entire back line of SEM9. So we're going to watch this again. They go for Nesty to start things off, but Kriskata charges forward, gets the resets. He can gap close again into the back, and in the meantime, SEM9 have to deal with the cannon barrage raining on top of their heads. SEM9, they were playing such a good game up until this point, but I have to say the last teamfight positioning was really the worst case scenario, and they just kind of walked themselves into it. It was they didn't clear any of the ramps, they didn't have vision control, and they also didn't have a solid engage angle. They instead funneled themselves all into the Drake pick, giving a beautiful concave for DCG, and it was just... honestly, I don't think DCG even have to work for that. DCG just said, okay, if you're going to position yourself that way, we will fight you this way.
Yeah, they took it all of a sudden now. It's looking real dire. Deep Cross, Infernal Soul, a lot of items in their pockets, and look at where the kills have started to spread out. We already saw Leaky doing well, but you know, the last couple fights, Nesty's slowly been creeping up, and he's now sitting on 3 items on that AP Kaisa build, and yeah, his Ws are starting to sting.
We do see the half HP W starting to come out. Those Void Seekers, if they hit Clay X, they could just prompt DCG to go for a Baron right off the bat.
Rashi. Rashi's caught, but that's the isolation from Hana. Do they have enough damage? As the Cannon Barrage comes down, they may leave Shiro for dead here, trying to wait this ultimate out. Down he goes. Another kill for Nesty. This has now become the 5v4. Oh, gotta be careful. That Sky Splitter. Clayx is a dead man as Leaky goes on the rampage, and the rest of the team gets a bunch of mops out to clean it all up. Lazar looks for Criscata. Can't find too much more. Little bit of prestidigitation right there, but Nesty deletes him off the map.
Oh, just the long-range damage coming in. Great barrel from Leaky, and then we saw the Void Seeker from Nesty just bursting down Clayx. But Clayx should be very mobile in these team fights. He does have the exhaust, but he can't really exhaust anyone coming into that one. Just long-range snipes from DCG. And unfortunately, SEM9, I just feel like that one team fight was far too costly. Leaky extremely fed at this point. Has the Infinity Edge, has the crit. But we're going to watch this again. Arashi gets caught out. And you know, even though Arashi had a great start, 5-0 start to the game, he's an assassin that can't really get over these tanks. He's taking down half HP before anything starts. Shiromine trying to ward everything off. And then you have the Death Charge, a guaranteed landing on here. Watch Leaky get this great barrel across the wall. It's almost an insta-kill onto Clay X. And wow, I feel like SEM9 right now, their only chance to win is if they can somehow find Criscata and Nesty caught up from the rest of the team. Like, if DCG just walk together into the base, they should dust this one off super easily.
Yeah, after what's been a really back-and-forth game, things are starting to look very, very dire indeed as Deep Cross just charge as 5 up top lane and try to poke them all you want. But it's going to be dangerous. Woody able to move and walk away from this one. Shiro on the front. Arashi, they're looking for Criscata. Do they have it? On the ultimate from Clash, but no. Criscata comes right back in. Lazar will open up to get the kill. Instantly, Leaky turns 2 more as he ults on top of himself into barrel chain. Woody going forward. And Nesty getting too quickly. It's Clay X against the world. But there is nothing you can do as this team is just going to be moving their way down the Rift, and SEM9 nowhere to fall down the standings, but unfortunately it looks like they will be making history after all, as the first team in the PCS to drop all 18 games of the regular split. They certainly are going out with a bang, but you would have loved to see them get a W on the board. For Deep Cross, this is huge. They could have easily lost this game, but not for some key mistakes. But they will be in the race for those playoff seeds, with the Nexus exploding right there.
Yep, DCG are